Hello, welcome back to Story Molder. I'm Vern. Today's story is entitled, We Are One. Long ago, in a small Chinese village, there was a wealthy man plagued by an eye disease for many years. The pain worsened over time, leaving him unable to sleep at night. Desperate for relief, he visited every doctor in search of a cure, but no one could help him. In his desperation, he sent out announcers throughout the city, offering a reward to anyone who could cure his ailment. In the same city there lived a candy peddler. He made a living selling candy that his wife made. Because of his compassion and generosity, a lot of it he gave away. As a result, he barely earned a living. When he heard about the reward, he remembered his mother's words. There's a magical root in the forest that's good for the eyes. Determined to find the root and win the reward, he told his wife of his plans and packed a bag of food for his journey. Early the next morning, he walked deep into the forest. As he walked, he recalled fond memories of playing there as a child, imagining the forest as the vast green sea and himself as a fish gliding through it. While searching the grounds, he noticed many ants struggling and carrying something on their backs. He looked closer and saw that it was lava. A rock had fallen into the spring, pushing water out and flooding their nest. They moved with compassion, and they were trying to save their lava. The peddler said, "We're all one." And he helped the ants by moving the rock and redirecting the water back into the stream. Tired from his search, the candy peddler rested under a shady tree and quickly fell asleep. In his dream, he found himself in a large city of towering buildings. Suddenly, soldiers in shiny black armor appeared and announced that their queen wanted to see him. He was scared. They led him to a palace where the queen was sitting there on a large throne, and she had a large crown on her head. She thanked him for his kindness and said, "We are all one. You have only to ask, and I or any of my people will come to your aid." The peddler asked, "Do you know where I can find the magical root that cures eye disease?" The queen replied, "I never heard of it, but keep searching. I'm sure you will find it." When he woke, he realized his dream had been about an ant city. Reinvigorated, he continued searching in the dim light, but soon realized he was lost. He decided to find shelter. Right then, he spotted a roof, a red roof, between the limbs in the distance. He made his way toward it. When he arrived, he found a rundown, abandoned temple. As he was about to enter, he heard a bird hawking overhead. "Oh, oh, oh!" He looked down and saw a brightly colored centipede, seemingly fleeing the bird. The bird swooped down toward the centipede. Acting quickly, the peddler swung his arms, scaring the bird away. He bent down and placed his hand on the ground. The centipede crawled into his hand. It tickled as if a million tiny feet were moving across his hand. He said to the centipede, "I hope I have offered you some relief. We are all one." Inside the temple, the candy peddler laid out some green leaves he had picked and set the centipede upon. He built a fire with dried leaves and sticks that had fallen through the roof into the temple. Exhausted, he curled up and fell asleep. He was awakened by sound, but found only the centipede nearby. As he tried to sleep again, he thought he'd heard a faint voice say, "We are all one. If you go south, you will find a pine tree with 2 trunks. At the base, you will find a magic root. Pour the root in wine and tell the rich man to drink it. It will cure his eye disease." Although frightened, he saw nothing but the centipede. He knew it was no monster that would harm him, so he tried to calm himself and fell back to sleep. When morning came, the centipede was gone. The candy man remembered the instructions and set out to find the pine tree with 2 trunks. He walked all day, growing weary, and was about to give up when he finally found the unusual tree. His tired, strained eyes made the search difficult, so he called out to the ants for help. "Ants! Ants! We're all one! Please, I need help!" The ants emerged from beneath the pine straw. They quickly located the tiny root at the base of the tree. "Thank you, thank you, thank you." The candy man slipped the root into his sack and headed out of the forest. The next day, the candy peddler went directly to the wealthy man's house. Though the gatekeeper teased him for being ragged and unkempt, the candy peddler said, "Beggar man, rich man, Indian chief, we're all one." The gatekeeper allowed the peddler to see the wealthy man. The wealthy man said, "If you waste my time, you will be in serious trouble." Unfazed, the candy peddler said, "Here is a magical root that will cure your eye disease. Boil it in wine and drink it." The wealthy man followed the instructions. In no time, the pain disappeared, and his eyes were completely healed. Overjoyed and grateful, the wealthy man doubled the promised reward. From that day on, the kind candy peddler and his family lived comfortably for the rest of their lives. This story is based on the philosophy Ubuntu. Ubuntu, an African concept emphasizing interconnectedness, compassion, and shared humanity. It is perfectly aligned with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision as expressed in his quote, "I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be." Ubuntu means we are one. I am because we are. I am because you are. This seemed connected with Martin Luther King's ideas. We are one. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my story. Come back as often as you like. I'll be happy to have you. Goodbye for now.